Hello again, Tim with Project Stormproof. The word of the day is uncommon sense. Now, what is uncommon sense? It is this. It is when we try to make sense using our common sense of situations that aren't for us to understand without God's hand, without God's point of view. So in those situations, we need to ask God, what is your point of view on this situation? Let me know how you feel about this situation, because I don't have the understanding or the wisdom to know what's going on here. Let me know. All right, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. All right, I'm going to start with the verse of the day, which is Proverbs 9:10, and it says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding." So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the message here. And it says, common sense is not enough for your situation. Like I said, common sense is not enough. We cannot understand what only God can understand, what He can give us and shine the wisdom on us, but we can't understand without Him. So no matter how tempted you are to come to a conclusion about your circumstances, don't do it before seeking God. Because if we do it without seeking God, we're going to come up with the wrong conclusion. You know what I'm saying? So super important. We have to wait for God to tell us like what is going on here. So without God's point of view, we can only make a bad assessment of what's going on in our lives, what's happening to us. So for that reason, we need to ask God and wait for Him to give us an answer and give us the wisdom we need to assess the situation. So a good example of this that I'm talking about was when the king of Aram sent his massive army to capture the prophet Elisha. We can see this in 2 Kings 6:8 through 19. Filled with fear because of the horses and chariots against them, Elisha's servant Gehazi asked, "Master, what shall we do?" Elisha responded by calmly praying that God would open Gehazi's eyes. Immediately, Gehazi perceived the spiritual reality. And what was that? What was the spiritual reality that we should perceive, that we should understand? And it is this, that the Lord's heavenly battalions were standing ready to defend Elisha. The victory was already won, and that's part of it too. The victory's already been won. So first of all, we don't need to worry about what's going on because God's already got the victory in His hand, right? And if you truly believe that, then there's nothing to worry about. Likewise, there are influences in your situation that you cannot see. Spiritual forces that God has set in motion on your behalf. You know, is that not amazing? First of all, the victory's already been won, so we don't even need to worry about it. But number two, we know that the victory's already been won. So that being said, God has already set in motion good spiritual forces on our behalf. Like, it gets no better than that. Knowing that we have God working for us and that the victory's already won, like, what do we have to worry about? Zero. Absolutely zero. So, that being said, do not rely on your natural eyes, on your natural brain without the wisdom, or pass judgment on your situation. So, like, don't come to a conclusion just based on what you know. Because again, our common sense doesn't make sense on a godly level. Like, that's what I want you to understand here. Our common sense does not make sense on the level that God's at. He needs to give us the wisdom. And that's big. You need to understand. All right? You're always going to come up with the wrong conclusion if we try to do that. Like, that's just how it is. So rather, look to God for understanding and allow Him to lead you to triumph. Because again, He's already going to lead us there. He already has the victory. And I'm going to say it 15 more times. He already has the victory. He already has the victory. He's going to lead us to triumph because He already has the victory. Do I need to keep saying it? He already has the victory. What are you worrying about? Stop worrying. Let God take control. Let Him do what He's got to do. Ask for His understanding. Ask for His wisdom. Don't come up with a conclusion by yourself, because we cannot do that. We cannot come up with a conclusion. I mean, we can, but again, we're going to be wrong and we're going to come up with the wrong conclusion, and it's just going to be a bad situation. So again, God has the victory. Let God do what God does. All right. So that being said, let's go ahead and get to the prayer. This is a short message today, but let's go ahead and get to the prayer. As always, 2 times. First time so you can hear it. Second time so you can read it. Lord, truly you are God. Thank you for working on my behalf and leading me to victory. Amen. That's a powerful prayer. Here we go. Repeat this with me. Lord, Truly, you are God. Thank you for working on my behalf and leading me to victory. Amen and amen. And never forget that in his presence, trust that he is working. And not that he's just working, but he's working on our behalf because he loves his kids. He wants to take care of us. He's working for us. He has our best interest in his heart. Don't doubt that. All right? So that being said, I appreciate it. Hope that y'all are having a great week. It is almost the weekend. We are about to get there. Just keep on trucking, keep on going, keep on smiling. Make sure that you share a smile with somebody and share a little bit of sunshine with them because we know that people need it. Again, appreciate it. Love y'all. Hope that you have a good one. Talk to you later.